The nation called America was doomed from its inception. How do you build a nation? Killing the native people. How do you build a nation? Bringing a whole people out of Africa to America to be made slaves. This is your foundation. The world is looking at a country going to hell. So we are living in the time of the unraveling of this great nation.
All right, family. Assalamu alaikum. It's your brother Supreme X, the CEO of FardMoney, and tonight is our local call or our broadcast that we do every Thursday night. On our YouTube channel and on Facebook Live, where we go into the subject separation and independence, right? And tonight we have a major topic tonight that we want to definitely get into. So you definitely want to take copious notes. You definitely want to stay tuned in, and you definitely want to stay to the end, right? It's going to be powerful packed, and I promise you to deliver this message as clear as possible, and as best that I can by the all help of praises of Allah, that I will get this message over, and now I will stay calm in the midst of this, because I have a tendency to get, to get crunk, or to get, not beside myself, but to get excited, right? I can get excited, but I'm going to try my best not to get excited tonight. So please stay tuned, family. Please make sure you share and like this. Please get this information out. Let's get after this. We're going to get after this now. Because like I said, this topic here, what we're going to deal with tonight is separation and independence, reparation and power. Why does the Nation of Islam teach separation? We're going to get into that tonight. But before we get into that, we want to go ahead and get started. And we want to always start off with words from the most honorable Elijah Muhammad that is found in the back page of the Final Call newspaper. And if you haven't subscribed to your digital Final Call newspaper, please make sure you do so. And please let us know that you have made that subscription, right? And please support the Nation of Islam, support your Final Call newspaper, right? So family, as we transition, we shift gears and we show that this is the Final Call, the digital Final Call. You have that link going down there, and you also have the link for donating to Muhammad Economic Blueprint, right? Now on the Final Call national site, not only can you subscribe to the Final Call, but you can get some of our books, some of the books that was written by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, starting first with Message to the Black Man. You want to make sure, if you haven't got your copy of this, you want to make sure you get your copy. These books are $5 to $7. You want to definitely, this theme that what we're going on is built around this, the fall of America. You want to make sure you get this, and we're going to detail and go into a little bit on what the Holy Quran teaches, which is the Muslim book of scripture that a lot of us have the misunderstanding. I don't have no understanding about it, right? We might go in a little than that. Why you need to get your hands on that too. We have the secret relationship between blacks and Jews, volume 1, 2, and 3. But if you want to know more about banking and industry and finance and leverage and that type of stuff, trade and commerce, then get this volume right here. Get them all, but make sure you study this one very closely so you can see how the Zionists took control of the Black American economy. Then we have this book here as well, Jews Selling Black at Auction, right? because that information has to get out, because they taught us, or they said that they was not involved in the transatlantic slave trade. They say that, but we did the research, or the research team did the research, and they pulled out what was written by their rabbis, by their scholars, by their professors, to bear witness that they have been our worst enemy the whole time. So please, family, like, share, and get this out. So as we go into why we want separation, or why we demand separation, and that video that you saw was an introduction or a quick commercial of the lecture or the message that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is going to deliver next Saturday. Man, we almost 1 week away. Next Saturday, July the 4th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan will address the world webcast. Everyone can see it and everyone needs to see it, right? So people been wanting to know where the minister at, where's the nation at. We're going to be right in your face, right in your living room come July the 4th, family. So you definitely want to hear this message, because after that message, it's going to get real dark, family. You think it's dark now. We ain't seen nothing yet. So we go to the back page of the Final Call and we read just a little bit of what the Muslims want. This is the question asked most frequently by both the whites and the blacks. The answer to this question I shall state as simply as possible. We want freedom. We want a full and complete freedom. We want justice. We want equal justice under the law. We want justice applied equally to all, regardless of creed, our class, our color. Let's get that again. Now, this is on the back page, right? Because you have a lot of misinformation, a lot of lies thrown out about the Nation of Islam, but it's written right here in black and white from the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the eternal leader of the Nation of Islam. What does number 2 say? We want justice, equal justice under the law. We want justice applied equally to all, regardless of creed, our class, our color. We want equality of opportunity. We want equal membership in society with the best in civilized society. We want our people in America whose parents or grandparents were descendants from slaves to be allowed to establish a separate state or territory of their own, either on this continent or elsewhere. We believe that our former slave masters are obligated to provide such land, and that the area must be fertile and mentally rich. We believe that our former slave masters are obligated to maintain and supply our needs in this separate state or territory for the next 20 to 25 years until we are able to produce and supply our own needs. Since we could not get along with them in peace and equality after giving them 400 years of our sweat and blood and receiving in return some of the worst treatment human beings have ever experienced, we believe our condition in this land and the suffering forced upon us by white America justifies our demand for complete separation in a state or territory of their own. That is just part of it. We went all the way to point 5 to what the Muslims want. Family, go and get your Final Call subscription. The digital Final Call is going to be $12.99 for 3 months. And it comes out, the paper comes out every Tuesday, right? So make sure you get your hands on that, right? So as we shift gears, and also you can get the books that I show, and don't forget about How to Eat to Live, book 1 and 2. Make sure you get your hands on that too, and get, the diet of the Muslims, because when they see us, they be like, it's a glow on y'all, it's a shine on y'all. Why you look so young? Because we have a strict diet, right? We have a strict diet that we stick to, right? And in 2018, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan made eating 1 meal a day a restricted law inside of the Nation of Islam. So the topic today, what we're going to deal with today, like I said, is separation and independence, reparation and power. So we got to understand reparation, what that is. Now, I was on a post the other day where I seen a black man, a brother, said that we shouldn't get reparation, right? And his reason being that he don't really understand what it is, right? He don't really understand what reparation is and why we should get it. We're going to go into that tonight, and we're going to go into why does the Nation of Islam teach separation, right? They call us Muslims. They think everybody thinks that we're a religious group. But when it comes down to teaching family, when you come into one of our meets family, you get taught the importance of separation before you taught prayer. So how religious is that, right? So let's get into it. We got a quick video of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan from 2004, I think, when he was speaking on the subject of reparation. So please stay tuned, and then we will be back soon as this is over, right? So let us hear from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan before we get into the meat of our subject. But we want him to set the tone so we can get an understanding on why separation is a must and why the Nation of Islam stance has always been what it is. So let's get to the quick video.
We have to press the government for reparations. Listen, as long as you ask for a job, and they don't have them these days, but they can promise it. You're going along to get along. Do you know why Elijah Muhammad put on the back page of Muhammad Speaks? We want freedom, full and complete freedom. We want justice. We want equal justice under the law. We want justice applied equally to all, regardless of creed or class or color. We want equality. We want equality of opportunity, and we want equal membership in society with the best in civilized society. But then in point number 4, he says we believe that those of us whose parents, have been here for 400 years, and we believe that you offered us integration as a hypocritical trick to make us believe that our 400-year-old enemy has now become our friend. We believe that this is the time in history for separation. And he said, since we can't get along with you in peace, then we think what we've contributed to America, we should have some of this earth that we can call our own. So we need 8 or 10 states with an outlet to the sea. And we want you to supply our needs in this separate territory for the next 20 or 25 years until we can go for ourselves. Now, I had a talk at Harvard with that man, the senator that died, Moynihan. He had talked about birth control among blacks, and I went to Harvard, and we had a little debate, and I told Mr. Moynihan that, we wanted to be separated from you. We don't see you giving us no justice. So we want some of this earth that we can call our own. And I was telling him that we were willing to go into underbrush and cut the underbrush down and fell the trees and build a nation of our own. And I was telling the Honorable Elijah Muhammad what I told Moynihan, and he said, stop, you was doing all right till you got to that part. He said, you don't tell the white man that you're willing to go back and cut no underbrush. We already did that once. If we have to do it again, that's not progress. Hell no. Get out of the cities and the towns that we helped you build. Go and find some other state to move in. You move out, we move in. Now, wait a minute. You say, oh, come on, Farrakhan, that's a pipe dream. Well, damn, you better put it in your pipe then. You better start smoking what this is. Because that mess that you're talking ain't making no damn sense. That's right. That's right. You gonna wait around here another 100 years so they can bamboozle you some more? That's right. That's right. He said, well, 8 or 10 states, let them go out, we go in, and let them take care of us in that separate territory for the next 20 to 25 years. You say, oh, come on, Farrakhan, they won't do that. Listen, they've been taking care of Israel for 55 years. They've given Israel over 100 billion of your tax dollars, and Israel haven't done Nothing for them. You mean to tell me we who built the country, we who fought, bled, and died to maintain the country, we who gave it art and culture and season it, and you know we can't get along with you in peace as long as we want equal justice? Hell no, we can't wait for you to change. We want a nation. We want to be able to prepare a future for our children. We don't need no rich middle class of Negroes who can't do nothing for the masses of our people. We need land and territory that we can call our own. So reparation got to be on the agenda. We need land, Mr. President. You got all this Federal Reserve land. What you reserving it for? Yeah, we need cash. Hell yeah, print some more. But I ain't gonna give it to you in your foolish state. What are you gonna do with $20, $30, $40, $50,000 but give it right back to the enemy? It ain't about money. It's about that which will prepare a future for you and your children. You're not gonna be on welfare for the rest of your life. You're not gonna be out here scrounging and begging white people for a job for the rest of your life. But if you got land that you can build a real world out of it for yourself. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, well, I put it there. They may never give it to you. He said, but I want you to know what justice looks like. So they won't offer you a white woman and a few dollars and you think we made it. Some of you Negroes will sell our people out for just a little position with white people. You won't sell us out. You'll be buying your funeral. The future of our people is not to be compromised. It would be better that you would dropped in the bottom of the sea with a millstone around your neck to betray the legitimate aspirations of our people. We got to come out from among them. We got to leave Pharaoh. Leave him. The hell with it. Leave it. Force him to tell you, nigga, I ain't giving you nothing. If you put it on the table strong enough, he'll come out of his bag. See, today he's smiling. Hi. Hi, brother. How are you? See? But if you say, no, wait, no smile, no pat on the back. Yeah, let's talk about reparation here. Okay? Then you see him change. Face get red. He open his mouth and these teeth turn into fangs. Horns come up. Say, now look, we'll give you a monument for the slaves. We'll even help you Negroes have a museum on the mall in Washington. But we'll be damned if we're going to give you anything. Say, well, fine. You're not going to give us nothing, and we're not going to give you nothing. We ain't joining your army. We're coming out of it. We ain't paying no taxes to support a system that's against us. Hell no. See, now you're throwing down the gauntlet. Now, either God is real or we don't need him. God damn it, if God can't come to our defense, who the hell need a God that won't fight for us? Yeah. So all you scared to death niggas that think that God ain't real, we gonna prove that he's real, because we calling this cracker out. God damn it, come on out then. And if God be God, then stand up for us like you stood up for the children of Israel. Yes, sir. represent no punk God.
No, sir. No, sir.
I represent a God that make rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes. I represent a God that has power over the forces of nature. I represent a God that can turn men's minds to thinking and doing as he pleases. And he real, he ain't no damn spook. So all of you that fear the white man as a God beside Allah, get the hell over here. I'm willing to die for the righteousness and the freedom of black people. And I'm not no damn fool. Keep on your feet. This is a day of separation.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Y'all not gonna be together.
That's right.
Damn it, only those of us who are like-minded.
Yes, sir.
Who the hell want to be with a black man? Come on now. Who's in love with his enemy?
Go ahead, sir.
And faking like he's with us.
Go ahead.
Hey, you.
Go ahead, brother. Hey, you.
I'm with the Jesus that said, think not that I come to bring peace. Nay, a sword. I come to put the son against the father, the daughter against the mother, the son-in-law against the daughter-in-law, the mother-in-law. And they of a man's own household will be his worst enemy. Two of you gonna be in the bed, and I'm gonna take one and leave one. Or you don't know who the hell you sleeping with. Two of you gonna be grinding at the mill.
Come on.
In the same work. But God is gonna call, and one of you gonna stand, and the other one gonna lay down. No. We all not gonna be together. This ain't no damn unity party with punks. This ain't no unity party with people who don't want the true liberation of black people. This ain't no unity party with betrayers and snitchers and hypocrites and weak-minded, weak-blooded, spineless black people. This ain't that kind of party. So you take your raggedy ass on home. But those who want liberation, those who want to see black people really free at last. You walk away from these punctified Negroes unless you unite the like-minded of us, whether we are Christians or Muslims or nationalists or agnostics or socialists. If we are like-minded on reparations and on justice for our people, we are brothers indeed. But a black face ain't gonna make you no brother today. Go ahead. We tired of these black-faced, white-hearted
Go ahead, say that.
masquerading as though you love your people.
We see you.
All right, assalamu alaikum, family. Well, man, hey, listen, I really could end the broadcast right there. You know what I'm saying? I really could end the broadcast right there, family. That clip is from 2004, I want to say, was done in Houston at Southern University, which is a HBCU down in Houston, Texas, right? But we want to still go over some factors on reparation and power. Why do we preach separation, family? For us to be separated, truly be separated and be liberated, that is true justice to what we have served and what we have did for the United States of America, family. So it demands that nothing else, not cash. They can't give us this. This is not justice, them giving us this, right? We got to have some territorial land that we govern. That's what we got to have, family. And that's the stance of the Nation of Islam. And it's been that. So let's go and look up some words and let's see. Do we got an understanding of separation? Because a lot of us get it mixed up with segregation. So we experienced that under Jim Crow, and our open enemies, the satanic Jews, they set that up, right? And they ran that and they controlled that, right? So let's deal with it. Racial segregation is the systematic separation of people into a racial or other ethnic groups in daily life. Segregation can involve the spiral separation of the races and mandatory use of different institutions such as schools and hospitals by people of different races. That ain't what we asking for. We experienced that under Jim Crow, family, in the South. We ain't going back to that right now. That ain't freeing us. Why? Because when you're segregated, you are just in a certain part of the city, certain part of the town that is excluded only for you, right? And the other part is excluded or it's off limits, right? White restaurants, black hotels, white hotels. See, you can't go to theirs, right? See, we experienced that. However, when we was in that, yeah, we was in our own communities, but who governed it? Who policed it? Who laws that we still abide by? There, see, that's segregation. So let's not get it twisted. We haven't experienced separation. So let's go to see what separation is so we can get a different understanding on what this really means and why this has been the stance of the Nation of Islam, and we will never come off this stance as long as we're here. This is what we're pushing for when we're talking about justice. All right, now let's see. Separation means that you are living apart from your spouse, but you are still legally married until you get a judgment of divorce from a court, even if you already have a judgment of separation, right? But you got different types of separation, right? You got different types of separation. That's dealing with marriage. So separation means if you get separated in a marriage, that meaning, you still bound to your husband. Y'all just stay in two different houses, right? So that's marital separation, right? But that's not the beginning. That's not the separation that we are looking for. We're not looking for that. When we're looking for the root meaning of separation, here it is. The action or state of moving or being moved apart. The division of something into constituent or distinct elements, right? This is what we experience right here, right? The action or state of moving or being moved apart, right? That's separation. That meaning we got our own land, we got our own territory, and now we are separated. Now we have true freedom. Now we can go and govern ourselves. We're dealing with self-government. We have never experienced that since our feet touched this soil. So when we talk about reparation, America gotta give this to us, right? They gave reparation to the Indians. They gave reparation to the Japanese. And Israel got reparation. The so-called Jews got reparation that our tax dollars pay for right now. So don't tell us that it can't happen. Don't tell us that it's a myth. It's a smokescreen, a pipe dream, right? This can happen and it's gonna happen, right? The enemy is gonna be forced into it. One of the main reasons Donald Trump is the president is because he's the president that might say, man, get these Negroes out of here. Y'all get out of here, man. We sick of them, right? He is the president that say that. So don't think that Donald Trump is in the White House. He's in the White by himself. He's in the White House by divine order. We got to wake up and understand, family. See, Hillary Clinton was just going to put you further to sleep. Barack Obama put us further to sleep for another 8 years. So now it's back to the normal broadcast. And what is that? White supremacy. And they showed us that. But they showed it to us under him too. right? But now it has intensified, and it's going to intensify with the months to come because America is about to go into a war, right? So why does the nation teach separation? Because the nation of Islam itself means freedom, justice, and equality. And as long as we are not separated from our enemy and we be made equal with some land that we can call our own, we will never be free. We won't experience no type of freedom as long as we got to function by their laws, function by their policies, function, use their dying currency. The country is $80 trillion in debt. The national total debt, the total debt of America right now is $80 trillion. How are we going to get, we can't even get financial free in a system like that, right? So we need a whole new currency and everything. This is what we need. So we need land and we need a new currency so we can go and deal with our brothers in Asia, deal with our brothers in the Caribbean, deal with our brothers in South, Central America, deal with our people in Africa, right? Then we can deal with them and get them a currency that they will receive. This is a trick, this currency here. So we got to understand that. And that's why the most Elijah Muhammad himself said in this book right here, Message to the Black Man, that you should have. Damn all the lies, damn all the rumors. Ain't none of that stuff true what you heard about the most Elijah Muhammad. None of it. So get out of your opinion. God came to North America and he gave us a messenger. He gave us a Messiah, a Jesus. And that is the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Because he took the Bible that the preachers been had and he turned black men. He turned black men into men. He turned black women into women. This is what he did with the Bible, with the knowledge from the Bible that he got from God, the interpretation. And nobody has been able to produce this type of movement. That's why while this pandemic going on, everybody's asking for who? Who they asking for? Where's the nation? Well, we've been out here warning you and directing you which way to go, what to do, what was coming. We've been warning you about the end times. We've been getting you prepared, but you laughed at us. Some of y'all spit on us. Some of y'all mocked us. Blow smoke in the face, roll the windows up. We come to your door trying to get you to understand the Bible that you had been looking for, had been preaching and believing in all your life, but don't understand it, right? We've been trying to tell you not to convert you into a Muslim, not to make you a Muslim, but to make you understand, because this is warfare. We are at war. We've been at war since we've been here, but we had to produce a man. Our man had to be produced that can be our weapon of defense. Why? Because this system of America came out of the mind of a white man. It didn't come out of a smoke screen. It didn't come out of a vacuum. Then a spirit produced this white supremacy system. It was produced by a man, a white man. So for somebody to destroy it and free us from that, it's going to have to come from the wisdom of a man. It can't come no other kind of way. We don't believe in spooks. We can say we believe in spooks and all that, but you don't believe that. Why? Because if you did, if you think you're going someplace when you die, why do you take medicine when you're sick? Why do you go to the hospital when you're sick? Huh? Come on now, talk to me now. You ain't got to be a religious person. Let you get shot. Let you be in a car wreck. You get to calling on the God. Oh God, please help me. Please, please, I promise I ain't gonna drink no more. I ain't gonna sell dope no more. I know I done been there. I ain't gonna do this no more. Please help me, family. Please, this is what we do if we, but we saying we don't believe in none of that stuff. We going to heaven. We going to hell when we die, right? But soon as something happened to you, you in a drastic bind. Now you get to calling on Jesus. Now you get to calling on Muhammad. Now you get to calling on Allah, God, right? So you don't believe that there's a life after death. You know it ain't, right? So you can mask all you want with that, right? But like we said, our enemy operates in a system that was built from the mind of a man. So to destroy it, it got to come from the mind of a man to challenge it effectively. The Nation of Islam has been here for 90 years. And we are a black organization religious group that has attached to our spirituality revolution, right? Because we don't believe you can separate the two. So if we're going to be free, our people are trapped in the mind. They don't got chains on them unless you go to prison, unless you in jail. But the average person walking around out there, he's free to do what he want to do. But it's his mind. See, the enemy has advanced control. Release the shackles. Control them with what? Their mind. We can shape trends, right? We can pump fear into them so they will be afraid to stand up. They will be afraid. We can pump misinformation about the Muslim program, about the Nation of Islam, about the Most Honorable Muhammad, about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and they will go for it. Why? Because we they teachers. Everything they think they know, they got it from us. See, when you understand, we got a body of knowledge in the nation called the Supreme Wisdom Lessons that was brought to us by the founder of the Nation of Islam in the West, man named Master FardMoney. He's back there. You see him back there, right? He the one who taught the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, right? Family. He said in our lessons that the enemy was taught a system of tricks and lies so they can master the original man. Woo, that's deep. But let's get after that, though. How do you master something? Come on, family. How do you master something? How do you master the original man, the man that was here trillions of years before you was born? How can you be taught how to master him? And how did he do it? Right? We're also taught in our Supreme Wisdom Lessons that this Caucasian set up a trading post in Africa for 29 years. What was he doing? He was studying the nature of the original man. Woo, that's deep. Why? Because you can't master nothing in creation until you study its nature. See this Holy Quran that some of y'all never heard of, that some of y'all afraid to pick up, right? And read it because you think it's foreign to you. This is a book of nature. This book deals with pretty much the nature of everything, all the way down to the spider, the bee, the male, the female, the supreme being, Satan. It gives you the nature of everything in this book. But you can't get it and get the understanding of it until you get this book. So you got to get this book first. Because he's going to give you the interpretation of this book right here. So they go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. Because you can read this all you want, but if you don't understand it, you go listen at them Islamic scholars or them Arabs if you want to. Them ain't nothing but some cleaned up rich Negroes. That's all they is. They in the community selling pork. They in the community selling cigarettes. They in the community selling gambling product. That's against the Holy Quran. But you think they Muslim more than you think your brother is. That won't even sell you a cigarette, right? That won't even, you can't even get in my car smoking a cigarette. Won't even buy you no pork product, right? I don't buy none of my children that. No. None of my homeboy children, none of that. They don't get it with my money. They won't get in my car with no pork product. They will walk. Oh yeah, it's serious like that. Why? Because pork kills your brain, mental power. It's that poison. It attacks your mental capacity. That's why the average person that you see eating pork, they pretty much just on anything, right? But when you get this book, you understand the nature of something. So the enemy sat in Africa for 29 years studying the nature of the original man. And then when he mastered it, when he learned our nature, he said, now we can kidnap them and put them in slavery. Why? Because we have figured out their nature, so we can take them over here to North America and we can break them from their nature from generation to generation to generation. See, the reason they don't want you to hear nothing about Islam taught by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, because they know that's your nature. You can't be a slave when you accept Islam taught by the most honorable Muhammad and the minister. You can't, ain't no slavery for you. Why? Because you submit only and you feel only Allah, the Lord of the world. You don't feel nobody else. No. So they can't make you do nothing that you is not willing to do. Why that go against the will of Allah. Right? So they're afraid of that. And we have no weapons. We don't need that. The enemy got that. He run that. He manufactured that. What we going to do with that? That ain't going to give us no power. We got some guns to go to war with the one who manufactured the guns. Come on. How you going to get free like that? Right? Not saying that when we get some territory, yeah, we're going to need border control. Yes, exactly. But not now. That's not how we're going to get free if we get no guns and go to war with this man. That man make guns. That man got weapons that he can send out into the air and then it can just kill black boys. See, he's a scientist of evil, a scientist of wickedness. He studied how to destroy life. So to get free from him, you got to study what life is, but you got to know the nature of him. See, we've been taught the nature of the enemy. And when we talking about the white man family, we're not talking about no average white person. Don't get it twisted. We're talking about the rulers, the policy makers, the trend makers, the ones who run Hollywood, the ones who run the politics, the ones who calling the shots, the senators, the politicians, right? The ones who run them, the bankers. See, but until you can't get free until you understand the signs and the nature of this man. And that's what we bring it to the people. That's what we always been bringing. And that's why you can go to the public school system right now. And doing Black history, the most honorable Muhammad name don't even come up. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan name don't even come up. Which is a disgrace. It's a shame. Right? Come on, family. We got to get a grip on this. So we're talking about reparations and power. So the enemy, if we're going to get any power, the enemy got to give us reparations. And the power is when they give us land so we can separate. So the Nation of Islam teaches separation because separation, total separation into our own land and territory is going to do what? Give us freedom, justice, and equality. It's going to give us power. Now we can be our natural self without any hindrance to the enemy. See, the enemy don't want you to teach your own children. The enemy don't want you to hear this. That's why they banned the minister from Facebook. They banned the minister from Instagram because they don't want you to hear it. The last black voice left. They don't want you to hear it, right? But they can't control it though because social media didn't make it. So he's going to speak July the 4th. And the word hasn't heard from the minister since the second to last week of March. Right? Something like that. Whatever the second part of the Savior's Day, like when that was that? That wasn't March, that was February. What I'm talking about. They ain't heard the minister, we ain't heard the minister publicly since February, right? And he finna address the world, not just us, he finna address the rulers. He finna address the rulers, and he got a message for President Donald Trump once again. And after he delivered this message, family, you better be prepared. If you're not prepared now, you better get prepared. What you need to get prepared for? Food shortage, currency collapse, job loss, earthquakes, calamities, natural disasters, warfare, chaos, mayhem in the streets. This stuff we seeing now is only the tip of the iceberg, family. This is only the tip of the iceberg. This thing is going to get worse and it's going to intensify. Please believe that, family. This ain't no joke here. This ain't no joke. So after he delivered that message, you make sure you and your family is listening to this message from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And everything he say to do, you better do it if you want to survive what's about to come on America, family. And it's going to spread throughout the whole world, family. Won't be no peace on the earth until the black man is giving reparation. That is true reparation. We're not talking about this. He can't give us this. That ain't justice. This is dying every day. We don't want this. This dying every day, family. So we ain't talking about giving us no cash for everybody that want to know the Nation of Islam stand on reparations. We ain't accepting this by itself, right? We might don't accept this at all. Why? The national debt is $26 trillion. If they were to print some more, what the debt gonna be? We're gonna see this fall piled up, burned in the street. It just as show as these other nations, like they're doing right now, they're not accepting this no more. They don't want this. China came out with the petrol yuan. So no longer do other nations have to just deal with the dollar to get oil. That's done. Why? Because they can get the petrol yuan. Oh, yeah. This thing is deep. That happened 2 years ago, but you ain't paying attention to that. You missed that. See, for this to collapse, right, it got to lose its power as a reserve currency. So as the other nations stop accepting it, just think about it. You in business in America. Let's take, for instance, our foreign African brothers. Say they in business over here in America, right? Let's take them for existence. They product they get from their brothers in their hometown, in their native land. They do trade and commerce with them. But they get the products over here. America don't manufacture nothing. Guns and cars, soybeans. Guns, cars, soybeans. Let's say that again. Guns, cars, soybeans. Right? Y'all following that. But China's challenging them for the automobile industry thing. China challenging them with that. But that's all pretty much the Europeans manufacture. Cars, guns, and soybeans. Pretty much nothing else. Right? So, if I'm from Africa, I got a store, I got a business, and I got a product that I get from my native African brother or sister, I re-up with them. If they say, not just take Nigeria for instance, we ain't accepting the dollar no more. We only using euro. We only using the yuan. We only want gold. Cryptocurrency. We ain't accepting that dollar no more. Then what you think that African store owner, merchant, gonna tell you when you come to the store with it? We don't accept cash. We don't accept dollars. This is how it's gonna happen. And then when that happened, you gotta think, America then sent all of the inflation and all of these trillions of dollars that they done printed, they are not just here. That's why we haven't experienced hyperinflation. They have shipped this all over the world, right? Because they sell these bonds to other nations. And these other nations accept this for a product. TVs, clothes, other stuff, right? Because America don't manufacture but 3 things. Remember? So when you're doing export, import, America got to get the product. Look at your clothes. Look at your garments. Look at your shoes. Look at your underwear. Look at this stuff and see where it's manufactured at. It tells you on it. China, Hong Kong, Tokyo, Italy. It tells you this on it, family. Just look at your clothes. Look at your stuff. Japan. Look at your stuff, right? So when they don't accept this no more, you're not going to be able to spend it, or we're not going to be able to spend it here. Once we can't spend it here, it didn't fail. That is happening right now as we speak. If you look at the world news, the only thing that they are talking about is what? Failing economies, currency reset, housing bubble, dollar bubble, right? Debts. That's all they're talking about, right? And what they're saying the alternate is, they saying the alternate is gold. They saying the alternate is cryptocurrency, digital currency, right? Because see, when this dollar fall, all of the other fiat currencies is going to fall with it because everything is attached to the dollar. Been attached to the dollar since 1944, right? Since 1944, all of the fiat currencies been attached to the dollars since the Bretton Woods payment system, right? So that man right there that you see on the screen, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, he told us that Allah told him that gold would be the medium of exchange in the future. But how can gold be the medium of exchange in the future? How can this happen, Elijah? Tell us. He didn't tell us how. That was for us to go study. How? How did the dollar become the medium of exchange? Ooh, payment system, baby. So for something to challenge the dollar or to replace the dollar as an alternate when the dollar falls and become the new medium of exchange, it got to be attached to a payment system to pump it all over the world. And it got to be digital and it got to be physical because we're dealing with technology. We're in the modern age. But he foresaw this all the way. He probably could have told us exactly how that, but that wasn't for him to tell us. He would just tell us what to look out for. So when we see it, we can move out on it. And then we can benefit from it because we can see it before anybody else can see it. And then we can get in it and then set ourselves and position ourselves in it. The dollar got pumped around the planet by a payment system. Bretton Woods, and then the petrodollar. They didn't force everybody to do it. They attached it to a necessity. They attached it to a commodity. They attached it to gold first, and then they attached it to the oil. Y'all got to understand this, family. Study the white man. He was successful. This is what he told us. This is what he told us, right? We just got to use the supreme wisdom. It's simple. 1 + 1 is 2. It's that simple. All we got to do is just follow instructions. Don't question it. But when you go and study this dollar, you're going to see, damn, they use the payment system to pump this around the planet. They attached it to 2 commodities. They attached it to gold first, and then they attached it to oil after they took it away from gold. And then they had the power to force everybody to use the payment system. Right? And then everybody else attached their currency to it. So when this one falls, all the rest of them are going to fall behind. It's going to be a domino effect. We're going into a cashless society. Gold will reign king, right? So for us to separate, for us to get reparations, they got to give us land in gold. We don't want the dollar for what? We're not going to be able to use that for long. That's dying right now. By the time they be forced to give us reparations, the dollar might be dead. The dollar already in a coma right now. It's in a coma. It's in a coma, right? So why does the nation teach separation? The nation teaches separation because the nation stands on freedom, justice, and equality, right? And we can't get that under the flag of the United States. We can't get it. We're not going to get it. We're not going to experience no justice, right? We're not going to experience no justice, no freedom, no equality under the flag of the United States. Not going to happen. I don't give a damn who they put in the White House. Just not going to happen, right? Because the Constitution is geared to suppress the blacks, the Native Americans, all of the darker people on the planet, even the poor white. The enemy don't care. He's a beast. He rape his own. He don't care. See, the satanic group that set up this system, it's a clique of them. To the elite family, you're not part of the elite family, they oppress you too. They oppress you too. But the system is geared around destroying us. Why? Because they know the supreme being that came and seen us. They know who the most humble Allah Muhammad is. That's why they don't teach you nothing about him unless it's something negative. They know who the minister is. That's why if you see him in the media, right? And we just seen some brought back out 3 days ago on YouTube. His enemy is so slick. Why would he bring this out all of a sudden? Because the minister's finna speak on the poor. So they want to still taint y'all with old lies, old falsehood, old stuff that been busted up. But they want to always bring this in your face. Man, listen, man, this man is a trickster. He learned how to master the original man. Keep the original man away from his nature. If I want to trap this line and train this line to be a pussycat, I got to study the nature of a line. I better not go mess with that line. Right? So they'll sit and watch it. See, that's what they do. They study. The white man is not a fool. He's a wise man. He's a scientist. He's just wicked as hell. Right? But he studied natures. Them folks study everything. They studying something right now. Right? They got Facebook. They monitor your Facebook page. Who they're studying? You. Who they're studying? Me. Yeah, family, they know this. With all these smart TV, they know what you like. They know what you don't like, what you watch, what you don't watch. They know all of this stuff. This man is a world snooper. But we have a device that has freed us from this man snooping. And it's called the K1. Grab my phone. Come in. Grab my phone. Right. Grab both of them. Grab both of them right now. Bring them both. Yeah. Right. So we have a device now that you can get that will free you from his being in your business. It's called the K1 Impulse smartphone. It works over the blockchain, right? It works over the blockchain. It has a private key that go right there, right? Y'all see that? It has a private key that go right there. You ain't never seen this. You ain't gonna get this in no store because it's private. I put my private key right there. I'm talking and communicating over the blockchain. I can run my crypto right here on the blockchain. I can call my brother, my business partners on the blockchain. I can text over the blockchain, fully encrypted, right? See, family, we got to remember, right? We can't believe that this is not true. Why? Because the enemy was given how many books of mathematics? Come on, Muslims. Come on, FOIMGT. What they was given, how many books of mathematics were they given? Just one. How many more books are left? 59,999 books left. So Allah has the power to choose who he wants to start dropping some of this stuff out. Just some snippets of it. It can just be a page of it to show somebody how to create a device that can't be hacked, that can't be bugged, as long as you keep what? Keep them third-party apps off of it. It's a beautiful time. Remember, it's a new day. Remember what the scriptures say? Behold, Allah, God, makes what? All things new. Right? All things new. So, family, thank y'all, family. So, we want to end right now. We want to see y'all. Thank y'all. Please subscribe to the Final Call, the Digital Final Call. Please go to Muhammad Economic Blueprint and go and donate to Muhammad Economic Blueprint. And if you want to move some of your cash and get you some gold and safeguard yourself, and if you want to get this new technology that the world ain't never seen, go to that link, FardMoney.com, and we got you. Not only can we give you the new currency that the Most Honorable Muhammad foretold us, that the minister always reminded us of, not only can you get your hands on this to survive the collapse of the dollar, to protect yourself, to get away from the synagogue of Satan, because that's the Federal Reserve. The Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan say that. Then go to the link, FardMoney.com. You want to get these books, you want to subscribe to the Digital Final Call, go to the website, finalcalldigital.com. Donate something to the Muhammad Economic Blueprint so we can get farmland and build up our farm so we can feed more of our people in America, right? And if you want to get gold, you want to get this private technology, go to FardMoney.com and we will get with you swiftly to show you how you can get this stuff, the gold and the technology. With that being said, family, if you're watching on Facebook, please show us some love and go support and go subscribe to our YouTube channel, Fard Money. You can also follow us on Instagram, Fard Money, and also on Twitter, Fard Money. And please, we will see y'all next Thursday with another broadcast of Separation and Independence. We got another broadcast Tuesday night that we do, Business is Warfare. And we got another broadcast every Saturday night, which is The Future of Money, which is a show, The Future of Money, where we go more into the currency collapse and all of that, in cryptocurrency and the power of gold. And we break all this stuff down and we bring you articles, up-to-date articles, what the world rulers are talking about. So with that being said, family, we're going to watch the video of the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan one more time speaking the commercial that shows he's going to speak July the 4th. So we want to highlight this again. And we want to end our stream with that, family. And after that, we will get with you and we will see y'all on the next live stream. So we thank y'all for joining. Assalamu alaikum, salam, peace. But make sure July the 4th, the minister will be speaking live. So make sure you're watching this.
The nation called America was doomed from its inception. How do you build a nation? Killing the native people. How do you build a nation? Bringing a whole people out of Africa to America to be made slaves. This is your foundation. The world is looking at a country going to hell. So we are living in the time of the unraveling of this great nation.